Most people believe income decides their future. That if they earn enough, everything else will fall into place. That belief is wrong. Location decides your future. Let me tell you about two people who followed the rules, did everything they were told to do. Meet Alex. Alex earns a six-figure salary in tech, working in a major coastal city. Good company, strong title. From the outside, Alex looks like he made it. This is the version you see online. But here's the part that never makes it onto LinkedIn. Alex pays nearly $3,500 every single month for a cramped apartment that feels frozen in another decade. Before he even touches his money, federal taxes, state taxes, and payroll taxes carve it down fast. By the time rent clears, half his income is already gone, and life hasn't even started yet. Groceries cost more, transport costs more. Utilities, insurance, subscriptions, all the invisible expenses stack up quietly, nothing dramatic, just relentless. At the end of most months, Alex saves a few $100s. Some months, nothing at all, 6 years of grinding. And his net worth amounts to a small retirement account and a car that's getting older every year. Now meet Jordan, graduated the same year, similar skills, similar ambition. But 3 years ago, Jordan took a remote job and moved to a smaller city inland. Lower rent, lower taxes, lower prices everywhere. Jordan actually earns less on paper, but every month, Jordan saves nearly 5 times more than Alex. Not because Jordan is more disciplined. Not because Jordan is smarter with money, simply because expenses don't suffocate the paycheck. Fast forward 10 or 20 years, and this gap doesn't stay manageable, it detonates. This is the mistake almost no one talks about. It's not a budgeting issue. It's not a motivation issue. It's a geography issue. A dollar does not have the same power everywhere. Earning $100,000 in a high-cost city doesn't feel like success. It feels like running in place. That same income in a lower-cost area can feel like breathing room, like momentum, like control. The difference isn't small. It's not 10%. It's not even 50%. In some cases, your real purchasing power is slashed nearly in half, purely because of your postcode. Same job, same effort, radically different outcomes. And the most dangerous part is that the damage doesn't announce itself. It compounds quietly. When one person saves a few $100s a month and another saves a few thousand, the math becomes merciless over time. Not hustle, not luck, not intelligence, just geography. What makes this trap so dangerous is how unavoidable expensive cities feel. We're told that's where the real opportunities are, where the networks are, where growth happens, where the future lies, and once upon a time, that was mostly true. But that version of the world is disappearing. Remote work didn't just change offices, it shifted leverage. Millions of jobs no longer require daily physical presence. Entire careers can now be built without being anchored to the most expensive postcodes on Earth. Yet countless people are still paying yesterday's prices for yesterday's advantages. And unlike income tax, no one explains what you're paying or what it's costing you long-term. Zoom out even further, and the contrast becomes extreme. There are people earning Western salaries while living in places where rent, food, and healthcare cost a fraction of what they do in London, New York, or San Francisco. For them, saving 50 to 70% of income isn't extreme, it's normal. At that pace, financial independence isn't a dream. It's a countdown, and this isn't about telling everyone to move. Money isn't everything. Family matters, community matters. Culture matters, loving where you live matters. But here's the question almost nobody asks themselves honestly. How much is it worth for a year? If staying where you are costs you $30, $40, $50,000 annually in lost progress, are you choosing that trade-off consciously? Or did it just happen slowly, quietly, by default? Most people never decide. They absorb the cost. they normalize it. They convince themselves this is just adulthood. And years later, they're exhausted, working harder, earning more, yet somehow falling further behind. Your location is not your identity. It's a financial lever. Income is hard to double. Investment returns are unpredictable. Cutting spending has limits. But changing geography can reshape your financial future almost overnight. Same effort, same talent, same ambition, different ground beneath your feet. You don't have to move tomorrow. You don't even have to move at all. But you do need to know what it costs to stay, and whether you're truly getting your money as worth. Because your postcode might be the most expensive decision you never realized you were making. And the longer you leave it unexamined, the more quietly it compounds against you. If this made you rethink where you live, stay with me. There's a lot more leverage hiding in plain sight.